What's good, y'all? This video. Oh,
what's good, y'all? This video is about to get very surgical, so stay with me. All right. Um, it seems like I've made a lot of people upset, or I made some of my audience upset with my last video. Okay. Now, the beautiful thing about this social media stuff is we get to use it how we see fit. You see what I'm saying? So, just like you can have a constructive conversation in person with somebody you got a disagreement with, or where there's a misunderstanding or something, we also have the power as, the audience and myself to have a conversation to see, you know what I'm saying, um, what could come from that. There's a lot of positive things that could come from it. You know what I mean? So I figure I'd rather hear y'all straight up in real time and have a conversation with y'all in real time, so there's no misconstruing. There's no, you know what I'm saying? I want to have a conversation with y'all right now. So they say, who mad at you now? It's always somebody mad at me. But he said, what's going on? So I made a video about Cosplaying. Don't have black culture while running it strictly on black culture. Now, I understand that too. You see what I'm saying? But I see people saying that I was supporting him in that video. And I think I could be tripping, but I think people miss my point in the video. Because the video wasn't about supporting Kai Cenat, so to say. The video was about how people feel entitled to what we are doing, even if you are a perceived black man, a black American man. Even if that's the perception of you, people still, through that perceived blackness, want a piece of whatever you got going on. That was my whole point of the video. You see what I'm saying? My whole point is you in a situation where people are people are accusing you of only bringing up black streamers. Now, you don't have to only bring up black streamers, but all I said was do it the way you see fit. You feel me? And if that means bringing up the black streamers, then so to be. But that's the part that I advocate for. You see what I'm saying? If you're going to use the culture, you might as well get back to the same people who was putting you in position. I feel like that was the whole point of my video. So when I looked in the comments and people were saying stuff like, how could you support us and that and stuff like that? I'm just like, if that was what y'all, I don't know. I just don't see how it could be perceived that way. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you turn the video on and you only watch the first 3 minutes of the video, I could definitely understand what the problem is, for sure. But that's why I kept saying, just watch to the end. We're going to get to the point. Just watch to the end. And the really only thing I said that I feel like was positive about the thing was that I thought it was a good idea. But I mean, the streamer university, I thought it was good. I think it's a cool idea. You see what I'm saying? But that don't mean that I'm now a fan of Cosplaying. I just think that there's so much nuance that we decide to ignore when it comes to these conversations. You see what I'm saying? It's very possible to say, I don't rock with this individual, but be able to look past that and say, okay, this individual was being accused of something that I don't think is a bad thing. You see what I'm saying? He being accused of only getting black streamers on there, and I don't think that's a bad thing. You see what I'm saying? But I just wanted to come on and see if anybody like direct, I want to see what people have to say in real time, because then it's possible that I can see where, you know, a new perspective and all that. So if you felt the way, just let me know how you felt. You know what I'm saying? In a genuine way, and I'll respond in a genuine way right back. You see what I'm saying? That's the power of great conversation. You feel me? And that's the type of community, you know what I'm saying, that I want to build with y'all. This real, authentic, even in disagreements, even in, you know what I'm saying, whatever. You feel me? That's the type of energy I hope to create in the community. You feel me? Because everybody got, you know what I'm saying, some type of opinion that people not gonna rock with. And if you say you don't, that means you're not being real. You feel me? But I think that was a misconstrued. I don't think people understood the point of that video, which is up to me. I gotta explain it clearly, like in a way that isn't just rambling. I tend to ramble sometimes, especially when I'm not scripting my videos. So like I could see where the point might have got lost or something like that, or if I took too long to get to the point. You see what I'm saying? If I didn't take too long, because sometimes I take too long to get to the point too. You see what I'm saying? I took a while to get to the point, and maybe people were just like, oh, he said this shit is a good idea. I can't rock with you. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm upset that you said what Kai is doing is a good idea. We just don't fuck with a boy, and we're starting to see you support him. See, that's my thing. Okay, so this is my thing. Is it support because I said it was a good idea, or is it support because I talked about it? You see what I'm saying? What is it? What is the support part? Kai Cenat needs no defense. Okay, so it feel like, so is it that people felt like I was coming to his defense? You know what I'm saying? Don't be like everybody else was the master, speak your truth, stand out from the rest. Oh yeah. My thing is, I'm open to speaking my truth, right? I'm open to D. Willis. We understood. Hey, D. Willis, see, this is what I'm saying. You said we understood. Now you downplaying how your audience feel. Now, this is my thing. If we here for an actual constructive conversation, it don't gotta go directly to accusatory stuff. Like you're downplaying your audience. When my actual point is to get the wide open perspective, which you still have not given me yet. You see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to hear your side of the story, D. Willis. You feel me? And I think it's much more effective for you to just tell me your side of the story than for you to become accusatory of me. You feel me? Because then we will actually get somewhere. You feel me? So now you're projecting. Okay, yeah. I think your intention is to. It don't seem like you're intending to get somewhere with this. You feel me? Because we can get somewhere with it right now. You can tell me how you actually feel, where you're actually coming from, and then I'll respond. What we mad at Jalopy for? Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up real quick. Here we go. So for anybody that's new, stop that fooling, bro. Bro, y'all gotta tell me. Y'all gotta speak your mind, fam. But so I made this video called Kai Cenat Don't Fold, right? And the premise of the video is essentially he got the streamer university thing going on or whatever, right? And I'm gonna say this, I always support you. We don't always have to agree. That's the problem with people today. And you speak your truth. I appreciate that. You feel me? I said, I don't think anyone should be mad at you, but given how Kyle has talked about Black culture while profiting off of it is probably a reason why people wouldn't want to hear about him. Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm not mad at people being mad at the video as far as we don't want to hear about nothing about Kyle Cenat. I'm not mad at that at all. What I'm saying is, ultimately, where is the support starting? Because I think people say the support is because I talked about it. You see what I'm saying? But I think it was a very important situation to comment on. That's how I felt. I felt like it was important to say, the thing we should be paying attention to is how he transpires in this situation. You see what I'm saying? Especially when you got a whole bunch of black streamers, young black content creators trying to make some shit happen, and your whole sale is the black culture. You feel me? I just feel like it makes sense. You feel me? It just makes sense to me. It just makes sense for me to use my platform to see if it's possible or if the message gets out and to tell them, hey, stand on what you're doing. If you doing this, if you profiting off of the culture, you might as well be giving back to the culture. Don't let the outside sources tell you to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? He said, knock it off, bro. Just pretend it didn't happen. Don't unalive yourself on this hill. It's not about standing on the hill. I'm so open I've already been saying, like, I can understand where people's coming from. You know what I'm saying? It's not about dying on the hill. Really, what we creating right now in this moment is just like we setting the stage for whenever we have a major disagreement. If I ever drop a video that a good portion of y'all don't rock with, we just setting the stage for having the conversation about that disagreement. I think that's beautiful. I think whether you agree with me after this or whether I end up agreeing with you, regardless, the fact that we sit in here and have this conversation is important. I think it's something that should be practicing in our personal lives and all that. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, it could just be a misunderstanding. You feel me? I don't fuck with Kai, but if he's providing opportunities for black folks, then it's a plus. Who said something about it? I did. You feel me? And I think that's what people didn't rock with. They didn't like the fact that I talked about the streaming university. You see what I'm saying? And I even had mentioned in the video that I had issues with him. You see what I'm saying? But I think if what y'all are saying is platforming what's against us or what is viewed as against us is the issue, I understand that. If you view me talking about it as platforming, that makes sense to me. I think Kai is going to change with the wind. Kai is none of us no more, son. I think people don't understand when you can be open for dialogue without it meaning you're trying to gather support for something. That's kind of what I'm saying. And it's not to say that people don't understand that, but I've noticed that ultimately it's like you can't even speak about it. You see what I'm saying? I just like to talk about things that I think will create interesting conversation. You feel me? So it's like I can understand why somebody wouldn't rock with that. You feel me? But I think this was an important conversation to have. You see what I'm saying? It's the ultimate goal was to highlight how even outside of hip hop, whatever people got going on, and I understand that he's not a Black American. Let's make that clear. But perceived blackness is blackness in the eyes of who's perceiving it. You see what I'm saying? So based on that, it's like if the dude is using the platform to bring up Black creators, you see what I'm saying? And that's something that I see going on all over the world right now. Black creation is, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it like, okay, I do have issues with this dude. I got issues with the fact that he lied about the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl. I got issues with the fact of how he spoke about the culture, right? About us, about Black Americans. You feel me? However, when there's an opportunity to speak about the fact that he's given a bunch of opportunities to Black content creators in a way that I think is more of a challenge. That's really what the title is. Kai Cenat, don't fold. It's a challenge. You see what I'm saying? It's a challenge to basically say stand 10 toes and continue to do what you're doing, especially if you profit off the culture. You see what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing. it came off of support for. I watched every one of your videos. I see how folks took it that way. I respect that. I respect that 100%. If that's the whole thing, is like it felt like support, then I feel that, because I could definitely see why it would look like support. However, that definitely wasn't my intention. My intention was to create dialogue. You see what I'm saying? Which is like my favorite thing to do. Which is why a lot of the things I get on here and say, you know what I'm saying? While they are my opinions, they are hotter opinions or just straight raw shit, because I love the conversation. You see what I'm saying? But that's my intention when I go there. You see what I'm saying? And I personally don't think I can see why somebody would think that's support. You see what I'm saying? But in my eyes, I'm not supportive. Why are you sharing your light with a clown like Kai? You see what I'm saying? This is what I can respect. This is the type of, you know what I'm saying, dialogue I'm talking about. You feel me? This is straightforward, telling me exactly what it is, keeping it tall. You feel me? Why are you sharing your light with a clown like Kai? Now that I look at it from that perspective, you feel me? It's hard to navigate your own platform sometimes when you're in the midst of building it. You see what I'm saying? Especially because all this shit happened fast. You feel me? My YouTube rise has been very fast. So in the midst of adjusting and boom, 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 it's certain things where, you see what I'm saying, you kind of don't even realize, like, yeah, you want to just talk about it. You think you just getting on YouTube, having a good time, and talking about it with your people. You see what I'm saying? Your people as in y'all. And there's could be a lot more implications to that. You see what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I'm starting to learn. You feel me? And I think looking at, that's why I got on here, because that's a new perspective that I didn't perceive before getting on live. And through hearing what y'all got to say, my perspective widens. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I absolutely respect this take. Why are you sharing your light with a clown like Kai? I didn't click the video. It's to recognize that, yes, I have a platform, and to be weary of what I'm sharing the platform with. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense to me. I get it. You feel me? I get that for sure. A lot of things have changed for me with Kai. I will be very honest, and not the same anymore. He has been very questionable lately, even with the Drake and Kendrick beef. I'm not gonna lie. When I noticed how he was calling it even in the battle, I was like, okay, he probably not, you know what I'm saying? But then it seemed like as time went on, I would say most notably like this year specifically, it seems like he's definitely leaning in a certain direction. You feel me? So I think Kai is one of those guys that's definitely questionable. You see what I'm saying? I think that a lot of the talking figures are usually not, you know what I'm saying, of this essence. You feel me? So Kai is a fake culture vulture. He's a liar. He lied on Mr. Millar. Facts. Stop giving him any validation. Because of the fact that black culture is on the rise, he's gonna fake it. He's not for us. I respect that. I respect that. That's game. That's game. You see what I'm saying? I also know that a lot of my audience is older than me. You feel me? That was another reason why I felt comfortable getting on the live, because I done talked to y'all on these lives and all that. And I know y'all got some game for me that I might be missing. You feel me? And while I do feel this way about Kai Cenat, I never thought about how talking about his endeavors is actually could potentially push them forward. You see what I'm saying? I think it's because in real time, I still haven't recognized my platform yet. I haven't quantified it yet. You see what I'm saying? It's hard for me to like realize it in real time because it's going so fast. And honestly, I'm just doing my best to stay present and stay in the present moment. So, but yeah, I 100% understand that perspective. I understand that perspective for sure. We do not have controls that others do, but I will tell you to make sure to stay in control of your destiny. Do not let anyone interrupt that. You're right. 100%. You feel me? And that's why there's a balance between, you know what I'm saying, hearing people out and then making sure that, you know what I'm saying, you are genuinely being, I don't want to say convinced, I would say enrolled, genuinely being enrolled into a different perspective and not pressured into a different perspective. You see what I'm saying? I like to really pay attention to that when it comes to myself. You feel me? Because it's very easy to get pressured into a different perspective. But you have to be genuinely, you have to feel that you are genuinely being pulled in a different direction. I think with some of the comments I'm seeing, I'm definitely genuinely understanding. You see what I'm saying? I'm genuinely understanding the perspective of the people that felt the way, for sure. I think the bigger question, like yesterday, is why do we keep accepting these people who have disrespect our race, our culture? See, this is another nuanced question. You see what I'm saying? It's just a nuanced question. It's just not black and white. You feel me? It's gray. Some things are gray. You see what I'm saying? I think that while it's safe to assume, I don't want to say safe to assume, but somebody assuming that like say a black person assuming that a Caucasian is might be looking at them a certain way or whatever, right? That comes from the history of the brainwash, the history of the propaganda, the history of the movies and all the shit that you see that proceed that gives you a different image and our personal perspective and all that. So like when you look at it from that perspective, it's like that's true. But then you have other people who live other experiences where their interaction with these people hasn't been hostile, it hasn't been the same. So I do pay attention to my personal perspective, but I also take it with a grain of salt just because I know it's so many different views and experiences out here. So I do hold on to my perspective, but I do try to take it with a grain of salt. You see what I'm saying? Which is why my first ever experience, racist experience, was with a Mexican person. However, I got a lot of Mexican homies. You see what I'm saying? And I had to grow and learn with that and learn and understand just because I experienced this with this person don't mean that I'm generalizing the whole race or generalizing everybody is for me to do. You see what I'm saying? But it doesn't invalidate the perceptions and the stereotypes that one might have for another person. You feel me? Because you are your environment. You are your environment. You get to grow and learn and break out of that. But at the end of the day, what you come up in is what you end up believing. And sometimes I wonder, what if they lived my life? What type of person would they be? What type of person would I be if I lived their life? So that when I'm going to judge them or going to, you know what I'm saying? Like I at least got a little bit of a understanding that I am being judgmental in this time. You see what I'm saying? Um, but that's how I feel on that question specifically. I'm not talking about Cox and that specifically, but that question specifically. You see what I'm saying? Um, it's just a nuanced type of question. It's gray. It's really gray. You feel me? It's all about where you at. It's also not a good example, but take animals. Some people hate dogs because maybe they were bit by a dog and it was very traumatizing for them. Doesn't mean all dogs are bad. You see what I'm saying? And I feel that. Racism, bigotry have no excuse, no matter the environment, the perception, anything. And you're right. You're absolutely correct. You absolutely correct. Um, exactly what did Kai say? Where? Which part? The Super Bowl or the culture thing? Because he was kind of wilding on the culture thing. He was saying um, like he was basically like it was basically along the lines of him saying, "I'm Jamaican. Y'all don't know what you are because you're American. You're Black American, so you don't know what you are." You see what I'm saying? That's what he was saying. So that's what he said for that. And then with the Super Bowl, he pretty much pretended like nobody was making no noise, even though we've seen many people, many videos, we saw the video live. They try to say it was fake noise. Like he was playing into that narrative. So that was crazy. Um, Yeah, but Kai did say Black Americans do not have culture, and every Black star goes on his show. That's true. And I want to go back to this one conversation with Bad. I want to go back to what you said. Because actually, I was actually gonna do a video on this too. But this is what she said. I'm not assuming jalopy, these are all facts. I'm saying racism and bigotry have no excuse, no matter the environment, the perception, anything. That's a fact. Okay. And the reason why it's a fact is because racism in general is embedded into every corner of our society. You see what I'm saying? So when you see it from that perspective, you see it in interaction, you see it on a you see it everywhere. You can technically qualify. Neely Fuller Jr. said you could technically qualify racism as a as religion. You see what I'm saying? You could technically qualify racism as religion because everywhere you turn, it's being supported, even by the people who are oppressed. You see what I'm saying? So it's 100% true that there is no excuse for it, and it has to be, you have to be able to recognize it in real time and in different angles. You feel me? I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. All right, let's keep going through these. Honestly, I think Kai hasn't had that much support Black Americans. If you look at it, the people around supporting him and most of his fans are Caucasian, so he listened to what they say. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Okay, it doesn't have to necessarily be support by Black Americans that's pushed you forward, but it's almost in a sense of like cosplaying the Black American experience that also helps push these experiences and these streams forward, or using Black American artists. You see what I'm saying? And selling that, because that's essentially what it is. It's selling that to the audience that might not know much about it, and that's why a lot of these people feel like they could. A lot of, especially younger ones, feel like they have so much power in what they say when it comes to what's going on in the culture. You see what I'm saying? So it's more about doing all the things that makes you look like the perceived version of Blackness. You see what I'm saying? But denouncing it whenever you're no longer benefiting from it. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think that it has to be direct support. It's more about the imagery and what you're painting. You see what I'm saying? He said, or she said, right, but you added me. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought, oh, okay, my fault. I thought you was talking to me. I mean, have you streamed about the act outburst last night? I didn't see it. I didn't see it. What happened? The audience that watches are not mainly Black Americans. I mean, we make up like supposedly, I say supposedly, we only make up like 13% of the country, 11% of the country. So when people say white people consume more hip hop, like it's like obvious, like duh. You know what I'm saying? They're going buy hip hop more than us. You see what I'm saying? Or buy the commercial of what this is more than us. You see what I'm saying? But that's the only reason why they have a majority of the supporters are Caucasian. You see what I'm saying? It's because it's a Caucasian dominated spectrum. Kai's a damn tether and has been undermining Black culture, so miss me with that bullshit. I mean, I feel you. I see what you're saying. Hispanic people love hip hop. That's true. That's true. That's true. And I'm not gonna lie. I think that one thing that, you know what I'm saying, I want everybody to understand too, right? You said we are hip hop. They're trying to understand hip hop, live hip hop way. Exactly. So, but I think the one thing, right, that I want people to, I want everybody to understand, you see what I'm saying, as the people who support me, you see what I'm saying, is that I'm gonna, like, I don't think this is one of those moments. So don't get me wrong. This ain't one of those moments. I think that this was genuinely just like, I understand where y'all coming from as far as saying, don't use your light to speak on these things for people who don't support this shit because you have a big audience, you have a big platform, something that I'm still trying to understand or quantify. You see what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure there's gonna be moments later down the line where I say something and we disagree, and I think it's always gonna be a great way or a great idea to have a conversation about it if necessary. And of course, I'm not gonna say that for if I drop a video and it's like 3 people saying something, like, no. But when I see like 40%, you know what I'm saying, of people are upset, or 50% or something like that, that's like, okay, clearly something didn't get across, or they just genuinely didn't rock with what I said. You see what I'm saying? And we could just talk about it. You feel me? Because just from having this conversation just now, I think y'all got to see a little more of where I'm coming from, and I definitely got to see where y'all coming from. You feel me? But I didn't really see it that way until y'all said it, and that's just the reality. You feel me? That's just the reality of it. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I just didn't see it that way until I seen some people talk about it and say that. You feel me? And I think that comes with, you know, trying to quantify my platform and understand what it really is. You see what I'm saying? And understand that it's not just, you feel me? It's not really just a game at this point. You feel me? And I'm not saying it was a game before, but before it was like, I get on here and just say whatever. However I feel, boom, boom, boom. But it's also understanding the ramifications of certain things. You see what I'm saying? And I definitely understand now the ramifications of what y'all was talking about when it comes to this video. You see what I'm saying? We shouldn't be recognizing the positive actions of someone who continuously uses the culture for their benefit and exploiting downplay without it. He's not doing this for the culture. Yeah, I mean, I never really felt like he was doing it for the culture. I just thought that it seemed that, you know what I'm saying? It's just straight, this is what he's being accused of. So it's like, shit, why not put a video out challenging the notion to continue to bring Black creators? That's really how I viewed it. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot to put this up. Shout out to Mara. I understand where you were coming from. I appreciate you. You see what I'm saying? I appreciate you for the super chat. And I appreciate the people who disagree with me and the people that agree with me. Either way, I learned something new. From the people that see where I'm coming from, I learned something new about myself. For the people that don't, I learned something new about myself. That's really how it is. Shout out to Chill, bruh. You at least learn, grow, and serve up your authentic self. He is a persona. His fans are all on for that. Yeah, I feel you. I feel that. You see what I'm saying? I feel that 100%. Push yourself to listen to others and still be you. Hey, you just dropped a game, because this is my thing. I'm gonna be even more vulnerable with y'all. Okay. Like, that's one of my things. You feel me? Is that I feel like it's difficult at times for me to hear perspectives. Like, I can hear perspectives, but to actually feel what somebody's saying sometimes can be difficult for me. You see what I'm saying? That's because of the way I grew up, the situations I've been through. You see what I'm saying? You get used to really becoming a lone wolf and just doing things your way, saying things your way, and having that comfort zone to go back to. You see what I'm saying? But as I'm getting older and I'm understanding more, I'm understanding that I have to be able to coexist with people, and not coexist with people in a way like, I got a lot of friends. I got a lot of people I'm around, a lot of people that rock with me, a lot of people I rock with. You feel me? But I just mean from the perspective of when disagreements come up and these are things of that nature. You feel me? It's like you got to be able to not only understand where the person is coming from, but have the empathy too. You feel me? And not be so attached to your point of view. You feel me? Because even if you're not badgering somebody about their point of view, you could still be heavily attached to their point of view. And that's why I try to put myself in positions where I can practice to continue dissolving that. You see what I'm saying? Because the more you can see other people's perspective, the more your perspective is going to widen. You feel me? So, yeah, push yourself to listen to others and still be you is a great journey. You see what I'm saying? It's a great journey. It's a great journey. Great as in difficult. I think pushing yourself to listen to others and still be you is like sometimes you feel like you got to lean too far to one or the other. You feel me? But yeah, I appreciate this comment for real. I appreciate this comment. Kai, a streamer, his measure of success is having more eyes on him, whether it's good or bad. Okay, he's what, 22? I get it. He shared or has misinformed opinions of Black culture. Why does it mean Jalopy can't champion the boy when he does something else correctly? Now, this is an interesting perspective because I understand this one too. You feel me? And I think those are the Akauti clouds, if I'm correct. But I understand this perspective too. You see what I'm saying? And I think it's about finding the middle ground of understanding that some things, one thing I gotta learn, I think, is that what is really worth putting that energy of the conversation into. You see what I'm saying? And delivery. That's another thing I gotta work on is delivery. If I have a point, I should make a concise point. I think what happens is I have a grand point and I spend so much time trying to collect the data leading up to the point that I can end up losing where I was going with it. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think that's really pretty much like that's another thing. It's just nuance. It's just gray. You know what I'm saying? It's just gray. It's just gray. Some things are just gray. You see what I'm saying? I love this. This is why you continue to be one of my faves. Keep going, young man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for real. That's love. That's love. Still have love and respect for you, homie, specifically because you have these open table conversations. Absolutely, bro. You know what I'm saying? I hope this, you know what I mean? I don't know who's having what conversations in their own household, but I hope, you know what I mean, this potentially inspires somebody to want to go do that with somebody they love. Maybe it's somebody, you know what I'm saying, they on bad terms with. You feel me? And maybe this is the thing that inspires them to go have that conversation. Ramifications for speaking of something related to someone some people don't care for. I don't get what you're saying right there. What you mean? Challenge your ideas. It's the only way to create a strong conviction and become better at articulating those ideas to a broader audience. Absolutely. 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 I feel like I always got to challenge my ideas for sure and challenge my perspective too. You feel me? Without going too far. I think that's what happens sometimes for me. I try to like dive so deep into challenging my perspectives that I could potentially just be going too far in the opposite direction, which is probably how, you know what I'm saying, I end up making people upset because that's how it can happen. Now, it doesn't mean that it's bad intentions or that I got to change that perspective or that process. You feel me? It could be mended, it could be molded, it could be melted, you know what I'm saying, to fit better. You feel me? But it's also staying true to what I'm really feeling and how I really feel. You feel what I'm saying? If you feel that way, then feel that way. Also, ignorance isn't unique to just Caribbeans or Black Americans. There's a lot of people spew ignorance. Just embrace open conversation and be willing to change your opinion on people. I mean, that is true. I agree with this too. You feel me? I think that's why I said the other day when we had that conversation, what's it called? When we had that conversation about what is the limit? What is the limit? You see what I'm saying? It's a very simple perspective. Do you feel you did anything inflammatory by making that video? The subset of people who are disappointed is not equal to totality of your subscribers. Huh. That's real. So this is my thing. I think I've already pretty much stated this. When I made the video, no, I did not feel like I went into it doing anything wrong. I think that's the point. You see what I'm saying? I don't think I went into the video thinking I was tripping or nothing like that. You feel what I'm saying? And you're right. A subsection of the people that was on my video is not a representation of all of my subscribers. But I'm just always, I think I'm just more interested in this. I think the source of this is this was a great time to get closer with everybody. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the great thing. You see what I'm saying? I don't think that what I was doing or I said anything wrong, but I'm also open to understanding where people are coming from and understanding and blending that in. You know what I'm saying? Blending in principles that it's like when you reading the Bible, right? When you're reading the Bible, you take what's with you and then you let go of the rest. Some shit lands, some shit don't. And that's how I feel. I feel like no matter how people feel about it, I can come in here. Somebody who agreed with me might be able to drop some game for me. You feel me? And I feel like I'm currently always just trying to figure out the game. You feel me? The game of the shit, like this type shit. So I'm always open to hearing somebody say something that can change my perspective or make me realize. Now I'm also strong-minded enough to say that just because people feel a way that, you know what I'm saying, I don't got to change my mind. But that's only if I feel what people are saying is outlandish. And I don't feel like what people were saying in here is outlandish. You see what I'm saying? I don't think what anybody was saying. I think it was one person in here that was kind of tripping in my opinion. But I think as far as everybody else, I completely understand where they're coming from. You feel me? I completely understand where they're coming from. You feel me? But I also respect you saying this and looking out for me in this instance. You see what I'm saying? Because that also reminds me. You feel me? It's all a lot of the heart is the intention is where it's at. The people can misconstrue whatever the intention is where it's at, so you comfortable in your heart. But the intention is always where it's at. Respect for your openness and willing to talk with your audience. You're an old soul that's come here to learn and expand. Absolutely. I appreciate you for the super chat too, JJ. 100%. And that's all. That's all. You feel me? I feel like even with all of my favorite mediums of entertainment, you feel me? I Kendrick Lamar, I love Kendrick Lamar. Same way I love like an Attack on Titan, or the same way I love just those things, the art that makes you, that puts you in a position to dissect and learn and reflect on yourself and build a stronger connection with you or other people. You feel me? So that's the type of energy I like to create here, even in disagreement. It's another opportunity to grow and increase with two. Attempting to please everyone in my one box is a rat race. Many don't deserve and are not equipped to endure. Echo chambers are dangerous regardless of what side or something you fall on. I agree with this too. I think echo chambers are very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I think echo chambers are very dangerous. I think it's easy to fall into echo chambers too, especially with social media, etc. Right? But I think it's also like just having good judgment, and knowing when, okay, I don't really got to take that serious. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing there for me. Like, I can make a video that people are mad at, and I'm like, there's nothing there for me. You see what I'm saying? But I feel like there was something there for me for this one. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I went for it. I done made people mad with plenty of videos. You know what I'm saying? I done made people mad with plenty of videos, but I just feel like this is the greatest. This is the best way to, you know what I'm saying, break it down. I can help you get surgical with it, but I'm not your savior. Kai and Ak are examples of how many immigrant blacks feel about FBAs. I'm not gonna lie, that's another video I wanted to do. I wanted to really break down. Tell you the truth, we're trying to get out the point, we're trying to get out the paint. I don't get it. What you mean? Wait, Kai said we didn't have culture. Yeah, Jalabi, you have a unique ability to simulate perspectives from a wide range. Many people aren't used to that. I appreciate that. You see what I'm saying? I really do appreciate that. You feel me? And yeah, that type of rhetoric is always, I've always, you know what I'm saying, intentionally or unintentionally rubbed people the wrong way with certain things that I believe or had to say. But I think it's because the surface level of what I'm saying or the entry to what I'm saying might rub people wrong instead of hearing my full perspective. But then again, I'm also, you know what I'm saying, just not aware of things sometimes. That's just the reality. So I don't be aware of certain things sometimes. And you can say things that rub people the wrong way. And when you're not aware, when you're not being present, like you might not even be aware of how that affects somebody. BS, not if you had good morals. I forgot what I said at that point. I just saw where he started a dangerous situation in New York. He said terrible things. He and kid. We once had a culture, but we let so many people be involved in the culture that we can't tell the difference between our culture and a manufactured culture. That's real. That's real. Jalopy, I'm such a huge fan. I appreciate you, dog. That's much love. Can you fill me in why people are mad at? I don't have social media, only YouTube, but don't much about. I mean, you know what? Let's just watch the video. I gotta get off soon, but let's just watch the video real quick. I'm not trying to posture either. I just take with lack of consistency people hold towards others over things on the internet. Ye gets no pass from me. Doesn't mean you can't make content on him. Okay. See, I respect that. I respect that too. Because it's like, this is my thing. I think the one thing I'm thinking about is like, there are so many great moments for a conversation. You see what I'm saying? There are so many different things going on right now that create great conversation, which is what I'm about to start leaning into on my page. You feel what I'm saying? But AKA Celtics are playing. Chill. Hey, he knows what's going on. Intention is key. Even when I disagree with you, I know it comes from a good place. That's how I feel about creators I support. That's real. That's all. That's all. I am totally okay with everybody disagreeing with me. I'm used to people disagreeing with me, to be honest, because I'm open. You feel me? But it's where I think some people were assuming that I had bad intentions. I even seen some people was in there creating conspiracy theories, saying that I'm about to do like like I know I just scroll past them comments, but I'll be like, damn, dog, you think I'm doing a humiliation ritual? I ain't like that, bro. Hey, it ain't like that for me. I'd have had, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Things is doing behind the scenes for sure. And y'all will see as things go forward. But not enough to be in no situation like that. You feel me? I noticed it's okay, God, rub people the wrong way every day when they continue to go against his word. Including me. That's real though. You're right. I noticed it a lot with who Drake fans are. People like Ak and Kai who profit off being culturally adjacent, but representing the worst parts of the culture. That's real. That's real. And that's like a lot of people say, why you talk about Drake so much? And I be trying to get people to understand this shit ain't about it's not just about a rap battle to me, bro. Kendrick Lamar versus Drake is not just about a rap battle to me. This is the colonizer personified when I look at a Drake. You see what I'm saying? And I think at times it's easy to maybe not hold on to that perspective as much when somebody's skin is a similar shade to you. You see what I'm saying? That can happen at times. You feel what I'm saying? And ultimately, it's like I see what people saying because regardless, it's the same tactics. I seen one of the comments that said that if a white person or a Mexican person said what Kai said, they would have got canceled immediately. But we don't cancel. But we don't. I'm not saying cancel because being canceling, it's not really real. Canceling, you can't really cancel somebody. But removing the what would you call it? Like, y'all get what I'm saying? I think y'all get what I'm saying, right? But if he looked like anything else, he wouldn't have been able to get away with that. And I think that's real. I think that's real too. You feel me? It's the vices, those slave shits from W Africa Apex, 1452, 1860 brought people from the same place, same families broken up. We were shipped to from Caribbean, America, or race is this Islamic. I mean, I don't really, you gonna have to put me on game with all that. You see what I'm saying? You gonna have to put me on game with all that. I know that we ain't all come to America. It's so many different ideas of what's going, what happened and what went on that I've digested at this point that I'm just like, I think it do make more sense than niggas is, you know what I'm saying? Show what Kai has done now after the halftime. I don't watch him. This is the thing. I don't watch Kai Cenat either. Somebody said, a few people were saying that that I don't watch Kai Cenat, but I do be on Twitter. And clips are all over Twitter. You see what I'm saying? So I be seeing what's going on. Not trying to blow the spot up, but I recall seeing community posts from you when Ye found your video on Twitter. I'd be a silly to assume the totality of character or viewpoints over that. Yeah, exactly. You see what I'm saying? I feel like some people were saying like Kanye is not somebody you should be proud that's seen your video. You see what I'm saying? But for me, it's not that, oh, I'm super proud about it. It's that this video is about Kanye and he reposted it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm on to something. That'd be, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like I can understand why somebody would look at that as like, oh, boom, boom. But it's like, nah. If what I'm saying in this video, right? Because a lot of what I'll be saying is like, you got to see it for it to be proven sometimes. And for what I was saying about Kanye and that whole situation is like, you see what I'm saying? It's gotta be truth to what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? It's gotta be truth to what I'm saying. And that was my perspective. But some people saw it as, oh, you're excited about Kanye and Kanye is this and Kanye is that. It's like that wasn't the point. You know what I'm saying? There was bad. I said some things that Kanye, I don't think Kanye would like in that video, and he still, you feel me? I think it just validated the things that I say. At least shows that my perspective at least has some at least do a good job with the context clues and putting things together. You feel me? Exactly. But apparently nuance doesn't matter on the internet. I'm not gonna lie. Nuance is not nuance is not for the internet at all. I'm learning that. You see what I'm saying? I do want to continue to, you know what I'm saying? And it's because you're not in real time, so you can't directly talk to this person in person, see body language, all that. You just seeing somebody from a distance. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. That's the danger I'm talking about. You didn't place the boy on a pedestal. You made content on a subject related to him that other people are talking about as well. Policing that is crazy work. I feel that. I do feel that. I do want this to be a channel where I'm able to just talk about whatever. I mean, I am going to do it, but you know, sometimes you do get to hear what people saying, and some shit makes sense. And I will say that what people were saying today, especially when you talk about, you know what I'm saying, it just made sense. I don't think people would have had an issue with me if I made a video about Kai Cenat and the delivery was different. I think the delivery might have thrown some people off. You see what I'm saying? And when you're not present, which is something I haven't been very present recently, you see what I'm saying? And when you're not present, you can definitely miss those cues. I don't think it's us trying to police jalopy. I'm more thinking the phrase of there's no such thing as black publicity. I don't think it's us trying to police jalopy. I think I don't see it as people trying to police me more than I think it is people just being upset. Like, I think people just being upset. They don't rock with it. They don't like it. Some people took it to another level. Some people just disagreed. Some people had something to say. Some people didn't. You feel me? Some understood where I came from. And what that lets me know is I'm being real with, I gotta be being real with what I'm saying if so many different perspectives are of that. You feel what I'm saying? And now that we're talking, we all understand it. We understand where we're coming from. You feel me? So, yeah. But hey, man, this was a great conversation. You know what I'm saying? My boy's gonna play in a second. You feel me? So, the divide is universal. So absolutely. The sky's blue. Grass is green. People be upset. It is what it is. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep, you feel me? Doing my thing. You see what I'm saying? And yeah. I'm sure this won't be the last time. This won't be the last time we all get in here and really talk about it. You feel me? But just because I enjoy this type of stuff anyway. And you feel me? I know this is not gonna be the last time that people misconstrue, or even if they don't misconstrue, just completely disagree. You see what I'm saying? Because we got to just keep my page is opinionated and it's strong opinions. So it's got to enact a reaction. You feel me? But I don't want people to think that they come in here just because we also agree on everything. You see what I'm saying? That's another thing. You feel me? I do want people to feel how they feel, but I hope that y'all not coming to my page because you think that I'm gonna say what everybody what you agree with all the time. You see what I'm saying? Because that's just not. It's just impossible. It's just impossible. You know what I'm saying? But I think this is a great conversation, great constructive conversation. I think it's gonna make me really reflect on the platform that I built. I haven't really gotten a chance to really sit down and look at what's happened. You see what I'm saying? Like, I started really YouTube like for real in January. You feel me? I was at 11,000 subscribers, and now we at 57,000. So everything's just been going real fast. My ankle was also broken too. So this whole time that I'm creating content, I'm just in the crib. You feel me? Like a month ago, my ankle got together. So now I'm able to drive and all that sort of shit. But it's like, you feel me? It happened fast. So I'm learning on the fly. You know what I'm saying? About being still trying to be like, don't change who I am, but be responsible too. You feel what I'm saying? Be responsible, know your audience, and be aware of your audience. You know what I'm saying? Be aware of your audience. Be aware of the people that support you. Be aware of the people that want to see you win. You feel me? Be aware of how they feel. God broke that ankle. 1,000%. 1,000%. 1,000%. I promise God broke my ankle. Because right before I broke my ankle, I was doing too much. I was doing too much and I was distracted. You see what I'm saying? I was doing too much. I was distracted. Boom, boom. You feel me? And I remember just even the way y'all never believe the way I broke my ankle. Y'all will never believe the way I broke my ankle. Some of y'all might know, but y'all, it's hilarious. But yeah, that 3 months was crazy. I was in the crib for 3 months. And during that time is when my YouTube took off. Like, I'm talking almost like the second. I remember TikTok was about to get banned. That's actually what happened. TikTok was about to get banned. What y'all don't know is I was on TikTok, like anime TikTok, hip hop TikTok, sports TikTok. Like, I was a TikToker, right? And when they said that TikTok was about to get banned, I'm like, you know what? Let me just rob a YouTube real quick. I know it's gonna take a while. I know it's gonna boom, boom, but let me just start putting stuff up. Let me start putting stuff up. You see what I'm saying? And I just started posting shit, and people was rocking with it. You feel me? So it's just to remind y'all that I'm really a rookie in this shit. I'm really a rookie in this shit, and I'm just trying to learn, trying to grow, and grow with y'all. You feel me? Connect with y'all, talk about important things, destroy narratives that are, you know what I'm saying, going against those who are pushing our culture forward, breaking things down, lyrics, all that different stuff. You see me? You feel me? Music coming soon. You know what I'm saying? All types of stuff. You feel me? I just want to create an experience, a total experience for the people that's here. You feel me? So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming and having this conversation with me. You see what I'm saying? And we really got to really see each other, see where we're coming from. And I'm hearing y'all. I heard what some of y'all got to say. I respect it. And you know what I'm saying? We're gonna add it to the toolbox. You feel me? So appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all have a good day. All right. Oh, I think I'm battling in September. I might be battling in September, but trust me, y'all gonna know. Y'all gonna know. But all right, love y'all, man.